MV Doria, the Coast Guard vessel launched by President Kenyatta to secure the country's fishing territory at the coast, has been patrolling now for the last 3 months.
Although fishermen now feel safer following the government move, also aimed at spurring growth of the blue economy, they say there is much more to improving their lot than just patrolling the ocean.
That's right. Now Saida Swaleh traveled to the fishing zones and brings us this report.
Hashim Lali and his fellow fishermen have just returned from a treacherous ride. They have braved the cold night to make it back here safe and sound, but it is the only trade they know. Unfortunately, today's catch hasn't been their best yet.
Tunaenda baharini saa 10 jioni paka tukirudi tunarudi asubuhi kama saa 1:30 tunalalia huko baharini. Changamoto ni kwamba ni kuriski pia tu bahari.
Their fishing journey usually takes hours or even days on end. Today, they have just returned to the Kiwayu Island, all ready to offload their day's catch for weighing.
Ngapi mzungu huyo?
Huyo hapa ni kilo 3.
Kilo 3.
The fishermen here are disadvantaged and have been facing an imminent threat while on water.
Na sasa kuna hizi trawler zinakuja, wao zinaingia katika zile neti, zinakata neti, pengine wanahasarisha hata maisha ya wale watu ambao wako pale kwa ile boti. Kama mwaka jana kuna kesi 3 na wavuvi wangu walikatiwa hizo neti. Moja neti 15 net, moja 5 net, moja 6 net.
The Lamu waters have seen several incidents of theft of their catch, allegedly by fishermen who aren't licensed to fish in Kenya.
Boti ambazo tunaziona huwa ni boti ambazo ni meli, zingine zimeandikwa Korea, zingine ni za Spain, na huja paka pani. Asa hubidi tu sisi kidogo tukae kando nazo.
Hashim is the beach management unit chair for Kiwayu Island. Fishermen have lodged more than 5 cases of illegal, unregulated fishing cases.
Ile pia kuzama ile dawa kwa sababu ni chombo kidogo, lakini ile meli ni chombo kikubwa na wanawangia na hata hawaoni kiwa wanaangia. Sasa signal pia wavuvi wanajaribu kuwasha moto, kuwainulia ili waone kwamba nyinyi mmetuingia na mtatuumiza, lakini wengine hawataki kujua.
All these cases are then reported to the Fisheries Office in respective counties, an effort that has proved futile for the fishermen.
But the one which is spotted frequently is MV Rafiki. 9 fishermen, their nets have been destroyed.
It's not only in Kenya that this is happening. This is a global issue. It's happening globally. They are talking about 10 billion Kenya shillings, which is lost in terms of economic opportunities.
It was a slight sigh of relief for the seafarers when the MV Doria was launched to help deal with such cases, also meant to move around the exclusive economic zone to monitor fishing operations and fleets involved through the stretches of Vanga and Kiunga that cost the national government 3.6 billion shillings.
We'll also guard against exploitation of our natural resources by foreign countries and ensure that never again will foreign vessels steal our fish.
Have a system whereby we will be getting information of whatever they have spotted and where they are, so that we can have at least responses.
However, some stakeholders argue that inasmuch as it's a big step in the right direction, other aspects have to be worked on to make the vessels work even easier. For instance, Kenyan fishermen are still using archaic fishing methods that hinder the catch and safety of the fishermen.
They cannot maneuver into the deep sea, so they can be easily tossed around by the waves, so they are not stable in our marine environment.
Tuka rais aanze kutoa upingamizi kwamba wageni lazima waje hapo kwa vibali, imekuwa ni shida kwetu sisi. Kwa Kenya hawavui samaki wanavyoweza wenzetu wanavua Tanzania.
It is also argued that if the boat design is dealt with, then all other resources will fall in place.
Ukipata samaki wengi, bei inaanguka kwa sababu hakuna facilities za kuweza kuhifadhi hao samaki. Kwa hivyo tuna mvuvi hana choice. Akija yeye lazima apatie traders ambao traders achukue enda kauze consumer.
We cannot put an ice plant. We cannot put a fish processing factory. We cannot talk about value addition. We cannot talk about boosting and streamlining our marketing structure. Yet we are only producing very little. despite having a whole EEZ underutilized.
In this country, we have a demand for fish of about 800,000 metric tons. China is the leading in terms of imports in this country. It's the leading, and if I can remember, the figures could be to the tune of about maybe 19,000 metric tons. So total imports like 2016 was roughly about 20,000 metric tons.
But this does not address the disadvantaged fisherman who lives on meager earnings.
It's a pity. Once you get landing, somebody has got a net, somebody has got a boat, is getting 75%. Owner of the boat, without going to the sea, he gets 50%. Owner of the nets, without going to the sea, he gets 25%. That's a total of 75% going to somebody who never experienced the rough seas. And then the remaining 25% is also divided 12% to the captain. And the remaining 30% minus any advances. Because sometimes they go, take around 2 weeks before they come back. So they need something to leave behind with their families before they come back. So that amount of money is also deducted. So how much does it trickle to these poor fishermen?
Even on good days when their catch is good, the fishermen still feel that transportation hasn't been considered for this highly perishable product, despite high demands from both local and international markets.
We used to have a tuna processing plant called Wananchi Marine Products. Unfortunately, 2 years ago, they changed business. That was the only tuna processing plant in this part of the world. I'm talking about Kenya, Tanzania, Mozambique, and South Africa.
Which will see us rehabilitate Liwatoni and develop fish ports in Shimoni, Kilifi, and Lamu, so that fishing vessels are now required to land 30% of their catch in Kenya.
The county government of Mombasa, in partnership with the Kenya Commercial Bank, financed the launch of a fishing vessel for the benefit of the Mombasa fishermen, with the aim of fishing close to 10 tons a month. This did not augur well with the local fishermen.
Kwa hivyo ijaribu kutrain wavuvi wa Kenya, ichukue pia wapeleke nchi ambazo ziliendelea pia, waende wakaone vile mambo kule iko, alafu waje wa adapt.
It may take time to clean up the fish rot. For now, the fishermen clutch onto the hope that lies in the ocean and all it can give. Saida Swaleh, Citizen TV.